Hello friends, today I brought you a game which was played in 1996 in Scotland. The game was played between not two very famous players, those players were 2200 plus, but this game shows you how to take initiatives and win the game. So Ian Murray, who was 2295 rated player at that particular time, was playing with white against Matt Brown. So let's see how the game moves. So the game started with e4 and Matt replied with e5, the standard move. Ian continued with knight f6. After knight f3 and knight f6, Ian played d4. So Matt captures the pawn, and Ian captures the pawn with the knight. And after exchanging knight, queen comes to d4. Now in this position, Matt played d6, and this gave another opportunity to Ian to develop another one of his own piece. So he developed bishop to c4. Now Matt continued with knight f6, and now Ian castled. Matt right away took this opportunity and attacked the queen on d4. So queen goes to d3, and after bishop comes to e6, Matt developed his knight to d2 so that knight can capture the bishop on c4 once black decides to exchange, and knight will be nicely placed on c4. So black decided not to capture, instead develop the bishop. So he played bishop to e7, and now Ian pushed the pawn to b3, creating a space on b2 for its own bishop to venture to it. Okay, black castled, and according to the plan, white played bishop b2. And now, in this moment, black strike at the center. So, d5. Now, pawn captures pawn, knight captures pawn. And in this position, Ian played knight to e4. Now, the idea could be to go knight g5, attacking the h7 pawn. At this moment, this is not so, not very good move, because, the bishop is also already guarding it. And even if, so let's say, the queen and the bishop is not there, you can simply push g6 and this problem could be avoided. So let's see what happens. In this position, black played knight to f4, creating an attack on the bishop to damage the pawn structure and also attacking the queen at the same time. So queen goes to g3. Now, as you can see, if somehow black is able to put his knight on e2, then it will be fork between king and the queen. So, will it be right move? If, let's say, bishop captures bishop, and if pawn captures bishop, then knight to e2 will win the queen. But the problem is that there is a checkmate threat. So first of all, black will have to deal with this. So one move is knight to h5, which will save this attack and also create a threat on the queen. This would have been a better move. Engine says the same, but for some reason, Matt decided to play knight to g6. And now this gave another opportunity to white to play rook a1. Rook a1 attacking the queen. Now queen goes to b6. Ideally, the queen should have come to a5, attacking the a2 pawn and also taking control of the c3 square. But black played queen to b6, and now this gave opportunity to create another checkmate threat with queen to c3. Now again, the checkmate is threatened on the g7 square. So the only move which can save it is pushing the pawn to f3, because if bishop comes, then after knight takes bishop and pawn takes knight and queen takes pawn, the checkmate will be inevitable. So f3 is played, and now white plays knight to g5, creating attack on the bishop. So it is very imperative that bishop will have to capture the bishop, and after queen takes c4, queen takes bishop, you can also say that there is a check on g8. So king goes to h8, and now knight to f7. Black is forced to give up the exchange, but instead black played king to g8, and after knight to h6, you can see the mate is inevitable, because I guess you can guess, because king has to move to h8, and after queen to g8 check, rook has to capture, and this is beautiful, smothered mate. So I guess you you must have learned something from this game. This was the game all about winning the tempo and putting the pieces on the right square at the right time. So I guess this was a bit informative for you as well, just like as me. So I'll see you in the next game. If you haven't subscribed Scriptures, please do. Thank you.